No. Well, and even as it continues to go, like, it improves a little bit with regards to, like, how creatures look and stuff like that, but
I'm a monkey.
it never gets, like, super great.
No.
Monkey,
5,
monkey.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Monkey.
Yeah.
Wildly Uninteresting Podcast, episode 164. Welcome back to the show. I'm Adam. That's Ian. That's Sarah.
Hello.
This is Jax the cat.
Hello, Jax the cat.
Little
Doesn't have a
Danny
microphone,
DeVito.
but I don't think it matters. But if she has anything to say, I'm sure she will.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the show. We are glad you are to join us again for this
You are
beautiful
to
day.
join us.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Yeah.
Hello,
Welcome back to the show. It's very odd that we've been doing this for like 3 years now. 4 years? 3.
Just count the episodes.
Yeah. 164 divided by whatever. 12.
7.
52. None of us know how to do math, but that's okay.
No.
You know, I'm not paid to do math.
Math is for the weak.
But it's just crazy. We have it's a lot of time that passed. I went back and I looked in between episodes to see images of you and her that I did, and I'm like, I don't notice it on myself as much because I see myself in the mirror a lot. But we all look younger. Like I looked at that picture. We went to the ballpark.
You mean because we were?
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. I'm just saying it's just odd when you see a younger version of yourself. It's like, fuck, man.
Because you look the same all the time.
Yeah. It's slightly depressing because you're like, time, dude, does not stop. And somebody wrote it on a post the other day. They were like, 25 years ago feels like a heartbeat, right? Which is pretty stupid. But
Yeah.
I like how you said it, though.
yeah,
Feels like
it
a
feels
heartbeat.
like. I wanted you to get the emotion from it. And it does. It feels like I blinked my eyes and now I'm like 33.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck
Except when you're
happened?
in it.
I know.
It feels like fucking forever.
Do you remember being in high school and just sitting there like, I cannot fucking wait to get away from this place?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm never going to pay Kane his money. Never.
Yeah, as soon as I'm out these doors, you ain't getting paid.
But then I did because Danner kind of shamed me.
Yeah,
Oh,
good.
that's all
Good
it
job,
takes is a
Danner.
little bit of shaming to do
A
the
little
right
bit,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this shit just goes by so fast all the time for me.
Yeah. But
I feel like Friday was a super long day, and that was odd. And I kept... No, it was Thursday.
It almost
'Cause I
never
kept
happens
thinking it
anymore.
was Friday.
seems like
'Cause
the
it's-
long days just like are few and far between.
Yeah, it never happens anymore.
Most time I'm at the end of the day like pissed off that the day has gone by so quick and I've gotten so little done because I feel like I'm like putting effort towards things and there's just not enough time. Because you got to eat, you got to take care of yourself, you got to be healthy maybe. You
That's
know?
right.
I'm starting
Yeah.
to come to terms with the idea of just the routine of it, to where like instead of thinking, oh, I need to have 10 hours to dedicate to something on this day, just think, okay, over the next 3 months, I'm just going to do this.
Yeah.
And then you see change and then things are good. But it's frustrating to not have it happen faster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Things do
absolutely.
take a long time.
But I'm getting to peace with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
It's-
better get to peace because that's how it is.
No, that's what it fucking
Except
is. Bitch.
reality.
I always thought that reminding myself, I think it depresses me more than anything most of the time, but we're trying to remind myself like there's little to no time in life. And it's absurd that they put so much pressure on kids in high school and even college students. Well, I guess all the way through college, they're like, you have to know what you're going to do and you have to start it early so that you can gain a career and do the things. And still at 33, I have a career, but I still don't know exactly what I want to do. I'm still like, there's other options that we could be doing here.
Or maybe you need to have Sarah in your ear saying, you need to hurry up and pick what you're going to do.
Yeah,
You need to settle on something, baby.
that's what I do it to
I do the
myself.
exact opposite.
Yeah,
No.
it's just like, take your time.
Yeah,
It'd be
just,
fine.
just do everything. That's what I always say. Just do whatever you want. Do everything.
I
You don't have to
find-
pick one
Take
thing.
your time. Who gives shit?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but I usually tell myself like, yo, there's a little no time. Let's get this done, whatever. And I think that's like a bad thing in the sense that it makes me digress in my projects, because I have too much thought on that. And I'm like, well, I got to get all the projects done. So I start like 12 of them and get none of them done.
I mean, I don't know about you, but it stems, me personally, it's from the idea that if I get to that one project and I get it done, everything else is smooth sailing.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have to work a day again in my life.
Yeah.
That's what I want to get to. But if you just work on enjoying what you're doing instead of trying to get it done all the time, then you're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
At
with
least
that.
less not fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all you can really aim for in life is less not fine.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Let
I
that
try
be
to.
your motto.
I don't know how people do it because you have to make a choice. Do you want to like do things in your personal life and like things that you enjoy, computer things, whatever, music, all that, or do you want to go out on the weekends, visit family and friends, and build your community of people and stuff? And I find myself not wanting to do that as much. Like it's not that I don't, love the people around me. I love the people that have come in and out of my life. Yeah. It's more to do with, I'm like, have you not noticed how little time we have? It's absurd how little it is.
Yeah.
And if I don't do it now, and then I have to wait till I'm 40, and then I'm freaking out trying to figure it out. Then I'm waiting till 50, and if trying to figure it out, it's like crazy. I couldn't imagine doing all the projects that I'm trying to do now, like 40, 50,
you have a brain
60.
and drive.
Yeah, but
There's
it's
so many people, they're just like, oh, I just want to be around my friends and family because it fills the void. But you're like, I want to do something.
Yeah.
I'm capable of more than this.
Yeah.
But those idiots.
Dude, I told Sarah, I wish that a lot of times that I was just normal, average. I didn't have all the things going in my head and all the voices you hear and all the, like, we need to do this and then all these projects and learn this. And I wish, I wish all the things didn't interest me, because if it interests me, I'm like full force. I want to do it. And that sucks for, if you're trying to figure out what the fuck you're wanting to do.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't know how other people process the world around them. Being present's easy to say, but have you ever been yourself or know anybody who's absolutely present in the moment?
No.
I don't know.
You don't know, do you? I don't know if I've ever been present. I'm like, people always talk about it and like, be present or practice this or whatever.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you know if you're present?
I think I am a lot, but not all the time.
Yeah.
And I can feel it when I'm not. Because I feel more of a sense of urgency to like get out of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But it's like, well, that's kind of the point. Just be present and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I'm like, I could be doing something else. Instead of learning something from what's happening.
From the here and now, that project.
Yeah.
That's I find myself at work if I'm really pissed off. If I have a project, especially troubleshooting things that I really have to work at, like what the fuck's going on, that's when I find myself. I forget about my phone. I forget about life around me, and I'm just in it. Like I am the wire with the electric running through
Yes,
it.
dude.
You know?
I meant like the entire cast. I am the wire.
I'm always like, what? I get in that, and I'm like, oh, that must be what present or flow is that, I can't think of anything else around me. This is what I'm doing. Or when I'm working on like a 3D project, VFX, something like that, I'm always like so in tune that it pisses me off to be pulled away from it in one way or another,
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I'm on to something.
Well,
if I lose it.
With the idea of like being present, I tend to think whenever you're present, time goes faster.
Mm-hmm.
So as you get older, time flies by.
Yeah.
So maybe we're more present and don't even think of it that way.
Oh.
That's what I was thinking, because I don't feel like I'm not present. I don't typically think about the past or the future. I'm just, today's this day and this is what I'm fucking doing.
Got a lot of tumbleweeds.
Yeah. Absolutely.
She always says that.
Yeah.
She has tumbleweeds rolling.
So I don't know if that's being present. I'll say I don't feel any differently, like now versus in the past. Like I can tell when I'm not present because I feel anxious.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know. I could be present all day, every day. I wouldn't know.
Dude,
When did you take that thing off?
while you were talking to her, were you looking at her?
He didn't.
I'm swift, man. You should see me. You should see me take off all my clothes.
Yes, you
It's
should
even
show us
faster.
right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even faster. But I think about that, man. And I think about all the effort that I put in that is not visualized, you know, and it's tough because you create all these things and you're learning all this, but it doesn't show. And then you look back and it's like, I don't know. For me, I get fucking down and depressed. I'm like, what am I even doing here? Like, I'm doing terrible shit, and I'm 33. I'll be 34 in a little while. Like, this shit just keeps rolling, and I'm going nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's hard to look at the process and the progress, and know that you're actually doing something. You know,
Yeah.
it's hard.
Yeah.
I don't
You
know
need
about
to
it for y'all.
have little posts or whatever along the way. Because I think, I would write the prose crap, I have musical crap that I've done, so there are songs there. And then I have the external hard drive with all the pictures and video and shit. And when I think about that, it's like, oh, what have I died? Then if I go to look at that shit, it's like, oh, there's too
There's a
much
lot.
here.
Yeah.
I can't fucking do this.
Yeah.
So, just have quantifiable evidence of things that you can look at and think, oh, okay,
I
well,
did that.
I don't have 30 minutes to do that again.
Yeah.
Right.
And there's 1,000 more of that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
I've found that in all the pictures that I take or videos and all the projects that I want to do, and then it's hard to like lay those out, but I've been trying to lay them out like what is actually going to be beneficial in one way or another, and what pictures are worth keeping, because there's a hell of a lot that you take that aren't, and there's like one or two along
Yeah.
the way that are like, holy shit, that was it.
But even the ones that aren't, I tend to think of those as that's still capturing the essence of a time.
Of
Yeah.
getting to that
Yeah,
place.
it's just like a wall with like nothing on it. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
I remember that wall on that light.
Yeah. Hell
I
yeah.
remember what I felt there.
Yeah.
I was which I don't even know if I have it anymore. But I was out in Florida when I was younger, and I was kind of like drugs, whatever. And I decided not to take drugs, or I didn't have any, whichever way it was. And I didn't have time to come back home and then go back to Florida. So anyways, I'm sitting on a balcony and I hear the water and stuff, and I was like, it'd be nicer with drugs. But I took a video
Everything.
of looking down. You couldn't really see anything. It was dark, and I mean, at 2000 and something. And and just trying to remember, like, capture the ocean, me feeling like, whatever, you know? And just the feeling that I had on that balcony, I was like, I want to remember this. Like, I want to remember feeling this way for one reason or another. I
Yeah.
want to be reminded of this feeling, you know? And things like that. I try to keep them, but I've realized I have hard drives full of just garbage. Like,
That's why you just
Garbage
buy another
projects.
hard drive.
I know you're going to have to have a bunch of them sitting around.
And buy stock in hard drives.
Yeah, no shit.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched somebody that said, if you like a company, buy stock in them. Like, if you buy things from them,
Yeah.
to buy stock, because it's probably the best opportunity to invest your money.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like ICP with Fago.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
fucking made a killing off that, right?
We gotta get stock in Kroger.
Yeah,
I don't know what we're doing.
stock and Kroger would be good.
Yeah.
I feel like all these companies that are raising their prices as they are. Sarah called directly. I think it was one or two companies directly on things that we buy all the time that went up like 2 to 3 times their original price.
Dude, my daily lactate used to be, I think it was $17. It's $26.
Oh,
Yeah. Out of nowhere. So one day.
One day it
One
wasn't, the next day it was.
ridiculous.
So we were
Fucking
wondering,
ridiculous.
she calls them and she's like, calls them and emails them, and they were like, look, that's on Kroger. We didn't raise our price at
Yeah.
all.
They said we haven't raised our price for like 10 years or however
Yeah.
long it's been.
Yeah.
It's just Kroger.
It's just the company that's the fucking middleman.
Well, did you see that Kroger is going to start using AI to catch people stealing stuff?
They should
What?
lower their prices and
Self-checkout?
people will stop stealing
Oh,
stuff.
at self checkout. Yeah, because I I
with
realize a
the-
lot of people do that.
Like
right?
with the stupid ass camera thing at the coffee shop or whatever. Like, oh, these people aren't making the cappuccinos fast enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's like, oh, these people are taking a banana too many.
I know.
Oh no.
Yes.
Yeah.
This
So,
could go bad.
but they know that paying employees and having them ring them up reduces
Yeah.
shrink.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But they want to keep the machines.
Yeah.
So I say we should all just promote stealing from Kroger.
Absolutely. Let's
Petty
do it.
theft. Like
Petty
just
theft,
like
yeah.
bananas
Especially
and
in
stuff.
California.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
never
Might as
never
well.
go.
It's a lawless wasteland.
Oh, I know. Every time I see a video, I want to go just so I hold true to what we've talked about in the past. Like, I don't want to be hypocritical. I want to go and see it for myself. But then again, I'm like, I definitely don't want to get carjacked or robbed. So
I feel like
I want to
it's,
see it.
I want to keep my shit.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not that frequent.
Oh, no. It's what? Robbing and stuff?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah.
it happens, but like the amount of people who live there and the number of people
Yeah.
who are actually doing it, your chances are probably not that high that it's
Indeed.
actually going to happen to you.
Like school
Yeah.
shootings. Seems like they
Yes.
happen all the time, but
Yeah.
you take the
On a
amount of
global
schools.
scale,
and-
yeah.
And people
can
are
see that.
constantly reporting on it.
Plus,
It
you
would-
could probably fuck somebody up.
I would hope so, at least a
Yes.
little bit.
It would get wild.
Man, what was it? There
We're
was,
never going.
There was a guy, he had because there were cars getting jacked, like at lights and stuff, and the guy
Yeah.
made the defense thing for cars.
the-
where,
yeah.
like, where like flames would come out from under it.
Beautiful. Oh my God, I got to get one.
Didn't they make him like take that off of his vehicle and
I'd
shit?
say almost definitely.
Yeah. After it
Isn't
came out.
war, man. You can't
It
just
is so worth it.
throw flames at people.
Yeah.
Or I thought like what would be cool is after you get in there, you have like a fob that works for you and only you if you have it on you. And there's a way to disable and enable it. Like if you're in the vehicle in the driver's seat and somebody rolls up on you and grabs the handle, you have something that like is almost like a stun gun, but it shocks them with like millions of volts of electricity.
Awesome.
And then they're like, but it doesn't shock you because you have the safety
Yeah.
feature. But that would be cool. I mean,
Because
we're
you're
allowed to
good.
use stun guns. Why not?
That's a great
Yeah.
idea.
Why can't
yeah.
we use them on?
Yeah, because you
people?
can't use flames on people and you're walking down the street for any reason. So that is a very good idea.
You have like a shotgun in the house and a flamethrower, and the police officer's like, "Why did you choose the flamethrower though?"
because it's more badass.
You could have shark teeth come out of the handle, like go
Oh,
through their
yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Say, I just have a shark.
Yeah.
You fucked
Nah,
with
man.
the wrong person.
Fuck.
He got these in the
Wrong.
ocean. That's clearly a shark bite. That was not on Fifth and Vine.
Prove that was me.
Yeah.
You have no evidence.
Yeah. It is weird. I would like to see it for myself and experience one way or another. I want to see L.A. no matter what. Come on, it's like New York. I want to see New York. Do I want to stay there long? Probably not. It's probably terrible. But yeah, I want to
Has its
see it.
moments.
Yeah, I would like to
I
go.
would like to go though.
Yeah, we had a
cool.
have a like a road trip mapped out loosely because we're like adding and taking away things, all because of this bridge I want to see. It's in like Virginia or some
Yeah.
shit. But along the way, we can see like what Philadelphia and New York, and there was a bunch of them along that
Yeah.
path.
There was that place, was it in Pennsylvania, where they
Oh,
had
yeah.
the Twin Tower stuff?
Yeah, all the metal and
They
shit.
have some of the wreckage. We'd like to go.
Yeah, so I'm thinking we'll just like
Hell yeah.
do that little road trip. I've never done an actual planned road trip. We've always like either went to a specific place
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. Be nice to stop at like little areas and enjoy towns
It
and
would
weird
be
people.
Super cool.
Hell yeah, we should get motorcycles.
Ooh,
Yeah, we could all just hog out.
hug out. Or we could do make all the other motorcyclists mad, and we can all just get those like battery operated sprees or whatever.
Yes.
They look cool, but they're still a spree. Those kind. Yeah, like two people on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You put some corn nuts and jerky in the side.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
we
can.
could just get a tandem bike and the three of us can just ride that
Oh,
bitch
it'd
at
be a
once.
long ride.
Yeah.
Talk about a road
Casper,
trip.
Castiel, I'll see you when I see you.
Yeah. I
That's
don't know how long this is going to take.
I was thinking you could do like a little sidecar for Cassiel. It has a little bubble over top of it. Yeah.
You have to do a sidecar.
Casper,
That's so
I'm
cute.
taking the kid.
Yeah.
See you when I see
See you
you.
when I see you.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. he was gonna grow up on the road. Buying him a leather jacket. No, that's
He come back with the John Waters mustache.
Yes.
blowing in the wind. Yeah, man, that's a road trip would be fine. But I want to visit somewhere that I wouldn't normally. You know what I mean? Like the stuff that happened in Ohio with the train derailment. I'd have liked to have traveled just to see it for myself. I understand that they're probably telling the truth. You have a bunch of dead fish. You have the shit staying in, in the sediment in the water.
Yeah, why not go where there was chemical wreckage?
Right. Why not?
Yeah.
But I would like to see things that I have an opinion about, I guess, is more what it is. That way I can base my opinion on things that I've actually seen for
You need
myself.
to go to Wall Street then.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Fuck the dollar! Bring it down!
We'll make signs before we go.
Yeah. I feel like they would shut that down after Occupy. Like, that would be like, nuh-uh. Not happening here.
Our next segment, Adam occupies Wall Street.
He's the only person. They put the fear of God in the other people. It's crazy.
You don't take a gun or anything, but you just stand out there going, bah! Bah!
Shots fired.
He's firing on
Shots
everybody.
Yeah, we could do that, man. I just want to go somewhere that's like that. You know what I mean? That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will I do it? Probably not.
No.
Because I'm a lazy piece of shit.
No. You're just
Not lazy.
motivated differently.
Definitely, yeah. Maybe one day my work will take me to a place like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah. I guarantee we could go anywhere and you can be like, I'm going to work while we're here.
Yeah. You know, me and Sarah were having a conversation the other day, and
Don't
I
let
want to
them
see
lie
what
to
you
you.
think. Yeah, we were talking about this, and I was scrolling through Instagram as one does, and I see the new like AI girls. I don't know if you've seen them when you pass them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them are obvious, but there's a lot that are not obvious at all.
Yeah.
They're fucking good.
Yeah.
I'm like, that looks like a human person.
Yeah.
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 It's just like a slightly too well-skinned
Yeah.
person.
It's like they
Thank
have a
you.
filter on or some shit.
That's why I was like, they forget the skin has pores. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, they'll get it.
Don't.
They'll get it. But look, I told her, I said, what's going to happen? And I think Jordan Peterson brought this up in a sense. What are
God, here we
they're
go
going to
with this
do?
shit.
I think that men are very basic in their need of a female companion in a sense, right? They can create an AI that knows everything you like and can tell you everything you want to hear to your specification, your exact need and want, because the computer already knows from all your data history, and it knows what to like program into the AI for all the data history they have on you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She, just gives you what you want, talks the way you want, never fucking disagrees, never nothing, just the perfect specimen. And then imagine that once they have a robot, like either or, you don't even have the robot. Like if you have something that you can physically touch, I mean, women are fucked.
Yeah.
Men are fucked. I think if they figure it out for women, we're fucked.
I was gonna say, I think a lot of women don't care if they have a significant other, so we're good. So y'all are just, you're gonna get what you need because we don't need it.
Yeah.
We're not here for it.
I don't think you all need it in the current socioeconomic
Right.
space.
You could just sell feet pics and get free drinks.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Who needs it?
But do you think that we will progress back? Like we have at a certain point, I think that it affects population growth. It affects, like, because I feel like the man and the woman nowadays are in a state of disconnect. Like we're both going different directions. Women are becoming more powerful, smarter, things like that. And it's either the men are like not envious or anything, but they're insecure in their abilities and their mental states and stuff like that. Not
They're-
for all. I'm just saying we're headed in a direction, it seems.
They're
And-
mad that women have thoughts of their own.
Well, this
Yeah,
is
and,
why
like, power
Elon's pushing
positions.
so hard to get to Mars.
Why do you
Is
say
it?
Well, because men are from Mars, women are from Venus. So
Ooh.
he's like, let's get back to square one.
It's gonna take it all the way back, old school. But that's, and you got to think like at a certain point it affects the world around us, right? When the home can't be a home anymore. And even if you have homosexual relationships, I think they're more like widely open and you're allowed to, be free with that. It's awesome. But as far as like making children, I'm sure that, you know, they'd find a way to do that, right? You can donate your sperm and a girl can donate her egg. And, okay.
They can just do that shit in a petri dish.
Yeah. But it makes you wonder how much tearing apart that male-female connection will affect society. I don't know. Makes you wonder. Like they didn't, like China, right? They put a law on how many kids you could have, right? And then now the men are more into porn and afraid to approach the women, and their population is in steep decline.
Yeah.
So
On the way of the panda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way of the panda. So I don't know. It makes you
think
wonder.
like in society with stuff, if people aren't communicating and interacting as they once did, why even bother procreating?
I know.
Like, scientifically and shit. It's
No,
like,
because people, they're supposed to. That's why they do it.
yeah, and that's so dumb. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't want to interact with the population, but I want my genes to carry on.
I know.
So that I cannot raise it properly.
Seriously.
Yeah, great. That's helpful.
Somebody put out a thing that was like, if you think in 100-year time span, that eventually, like, nothing you did mattered. Like, your kids and stuff, they would have passed on. Nobody's going to remember your name. Not even the people within your, like, generations, whatever you call that, your bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to know your name. I don't know my great-great-grand. I know, like, one of my
I mean,
great-great-great
if you get
grandmas.
your picture on a wall of like a steakhouse for eating like the 32-ounce steak,
For sure,
yeah,
yeah.
you'll never be forgotten.
Willie Nelson will always be known because of
Absolutely.
Texas Roadhouse. Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, how often do people achieve such great things
Yeah.
as eating a 32-ounce steak?
And there's at least 30
Never.
of them around here.
Right around here. One time I ate a shitload of wings. It's like 150 wings from Hooters to get the T-shirt and the picture on the
Yeah.
wall. I was very excited about it.
How much time did you have for this?
Oh, it's like you could sit there. What is it like? It's after 1 o'clock or some shit like that. And you could sit there until they close. I guess you could sit there. It's all you can eat. Whatever the day is, all you can eat wings.
Yeah.
So
How
you
long
can
did
sit
it
there as
take
long as you
you?
want. Oh, it took me hours.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
and
5?
It hurt. Yeah, roughly.
Okay.
It was day when it started, nighttime when we.
Because I mean, that's
and-
still respectable.
Yeah.
Because
That's
I mean,
a
that
lot of
averages out to
wings.
about 30 an hour.
Yeah.
And it fucking
And I-
hurts.
I'd struggle to do that hungry,
I
like
know,
the first
man.
hour, and then I'd be like, whoop.
Yeah.
Who
no
wants the
more.
rest?
Yeah.
It'd definitely make you not want to have Hooters wings ever again.
Mm-hmm.
For the people who've done it. And I guess all that grease and all that, the sauce and all that butter. Oh, God.
Oh my God, so
Even
much
thinking
salt.
about it. Yeah.
It's
But I
a-
did have my wallet one time. I think they've taken it down at this point. It was on
It's
Dixie.
unfortunate. They should leave that shit up forever.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think
Otherwise,
it's
Not
up
what's
there
until
the
new
point?
management comes in. Not until they remodel. You take the pictures down. You put them back up.
Absolutely.
Yes.
At least put them
Always.
in the kitchen so
Yeah.
that the cooking crew can see.
Yes. Or, give them to people, I guess. I'd like to have one of those pictures in our house.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, it is a minute amount of people that actually do and achieve like great things, like things that people talk about for generations. How often, is not that many.
We need to start a competition on the podcast where, like, once a year we pick a food and we see who can eat the most of it in an hour. And then we just have, like, their picture on the green
Yeah.
thing or whatever the fuck.
should do
Whatever
that.
kind of room we're sitting in right now is where we put it.
Room that may be outside.
We
Or
should
in
do that,
space.
though. I don't want to participate. I'll just be a judge.
I'll participate.
Or if I
I'll-
do,
I'll participate.
I'm
probably.
obviously going to lose every time.
Yeah, I'd probably not go too far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll lose, but
We're just wanting to make our guests sick.
Yeah, we want to make them sick because none of us are going to try. We're going to eat until we're full, and that'll be it.
That's yeah, I don't know. It makes you wonder. Like I don't think that I'll ever achieve anything great enough to be like people will talk about that later. And I don't feel like I don't know. You know what I mean?
people
What
still
would you have
talk
to
about
do?
Corey Feldman.
Well, yeah, but look at him dance. He's not dead yet, is he? Look at the way he dances when he sings.
Yeah, he's still alive. No disrespect to Mr. Feldman. License to drive, baby.
You're ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't have anything to say, though.
It's okay.
Why is that?
Yeah.
About Corey Feldman and his dancing?
Yeah.
What baffles me is every time I see a video from this guy, it is very hard to watch but there's a crowd full of people
Yeah.
Because he's Corey
watching
Feldman.
it.
Because he's Corey Feldman.
Yeah.
Yes, and he's dancing like Michael Jackson, or like a terrible version of Michael Jackson. Like, and it baffles me. I'm like, hold on. So you're telling me like all you got to do is be in Goonies and fucking like whatever other show he was in and TV series? I don't know. Lost
Stand
Boys.
by Me.
Stand by Me.
Lost
Yeah, that's right.
Boys.
Yeah. And it,
License to Drive.
but that's all you got. I don't know, man. I don't know, because it is hard to watch. I've tried to like physically force myself. All right, I'm gonna watch this. I've sat down before, and I cannot do it because it's so difficult.
I've never seen
Yeah.
a video of
You
him
don't
dancing.
want to. I
No,
don't
like
think.
it's like it's one of those things that's so bad that it's like I kind of want to watch it for a second, but then never
Regret.
again.
Regret
So-
immediately fills your body.
Does he know he's bad, or does he think he's good?
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to tell if he's like trolling or if he's
His
just
acting
like,
skills
Yeah.
are really
He's
shining
Still
through.
doing
'cause
a
he's
good
like,
job.
I'm dedicated. I believe fully in what I'm doing.
Yeah, and the way like the way he dresses and stuff, I'm just like, this is an actual person on this planet that people enjoy like going to this stuff. I'm like, holy
Yeah.
shit!
yes.
Weird.
And then it makes you feel what? Okay, here's the thing though. I've learned about people in different industries, right? We don't see people in the music industry as people who grew up with their family member that was also in the music industry, right? Like how, like if your dad was something and then you followed his footsteps and then his son followed the footsteps, you know.
The Hank Williams line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's usually how it goes in life. For most people, we just like look up to who's around us and then we do those things, right? And I've found that most people who made it big during our time of being younger and those people growing up, their family did it. And then their family's family did it. And then,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
so on and so, like, it's so crazy back in the black and white days, you know. So it's, I don't know. It's just their line of work. It's not like they, you know, went out. There are like Kelly Clarksons and shit like that just make it out of nowhere. But in general, it's just what they did for work.
It's a
They're
family
like,
profession.
It's like
Yeah.
Randy Orton,
Profession.
Cowboy Bob Orton.
yeah, man.
Without the cowboy, you don't have the viper.
Yeah, I mean, wrestling is definitely like that. It is
Oh, full, through and through, yeah.
bloodlines.
Them Rhodes boys.
Hence, bloodline.
Yeah. If you look at people like The Rock,
They were
people-
clever.
People would think The Rock was just like, you know, self-made, whatever, and it's not.
Oh,
His
he
father
absolutely was.
Was. You think?
No.
Yeah, I was just saying.
I
His
just
dad
wanted to
was
defend The
huge.
Rock for a minute.
He's self-made, but he had help.
He had a lot of And once your dad has a lot of weight in the game, you know, or mom, I'm just saying for The Rock, yeah, it does help. It helps a lot. There's a
Yeah.
lot of musicians that I'm like, you better be thankful that your parents have like pull.
Right,
You know, when
yeah.
P. Diddy's daughters are like, we want to go sing, right? And they're probably shouldn't be.
Is that a made up example or is that real?
I think they have a
don't
band.
know.
They have like I don't know what you call it when you
Yeah.
have three girls, like Destiny's Child, but not
Yeah.
Girl group.
girl group.
Girl group.
But yeah,
Vocal
it's real.
trio.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
so
girl
real.
group is a lot
For
more
sure.
lively.
Girls
Even
sing,
I
girls
think
be,
that
girls be
T.I.'s son,
girls.
I mean, he's okay, but you're not gonna be. That's not another T.I. just because you know
Yeah.
you have his blood and like he came out of his nutsack. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't go that way. But he has a lot of pull in the music industry. As long as he doesn't tell on somebody else again, we'd be fine, right?
Even with
Yes.
that,
Yeah,
he's
apparently.
still no one. I mean, people care, but I'm not gonna stop listening to him.
Yeah,
Right.
the music
Well,
there,
like
loved, yeah.
Jacob
Yeah.
Dylan with the Wall of Flowers, you know. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, it's Bob Dylan's kid.
Yeah, you gotta listen.
But it was weird because, like, with that, it was like, all right, it's Bob Dylan's kid. Let's listen to him because that song's good.
Yeah.
But like with Bradley Noel, like his son, I don't care.
Yeah.
I didn't
He even
know.
sounds like Bradley, but I'm like,
Yeah.
it's
No,
just another kid.
it's
like-
not him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Damn it.
Billy Joe from Green Day, his kid has a band.
Oh yeah.
Really?
I don't care.
No, I don't care at all. I've never even heard him. Didn't know that existed.
I've always liked the story. Well, I've always liked Pauly Shore. I'm one of those people that just fucking
Yeah.
adore the guy, love him, right?
He's awesome.
Yeah, and his mom running the comedy store, right?
Yeah.
Told him like, I'm not putting you on my stage just for whatever. He's like, you have to go out, and if you make it, and you get to this level, you can come and be it. Like she owned it, and she was big in the comedy world.
Yeah.
And he did, which is crazy. That character fucking blew up, and that's awesome, right? But you know, that's how it should happen if we're being honest. You know, these spots are few and far between, and they're getting even more few and far between. So we should allow the world access to them. Instead, it's like a family business. It's like getting in the union. You got to have a family member.
Yeah.
Or being a firefighter. You know, my family got me
My
in.
dad
you know?
was a bricklayer. I'm a bricklayer.
I'm not going to let Castiel in the security world
No.
just because he's my son. Go out and distrust people and talk to me.
And then come back.
Come up with your own shit.
I'd probably be hard. I think my dad was pretty difficult growing up when I was on the ball field. I always wanted to be a pitcher, but I was a terrible pitcher. Every now, I mean, I could throw it hard, but there was no accuracy. Unless I was on first and I could get it to third, fuck, perfect, right?
That's right.
Getting it over the home base, it never made sense to me. And every so often, you know, I'd have a run of 3 good pitches, and they'd be like, all right, we'll put you in. Immediately, like, hit the guy with the ball. And I always wanted to be a pitcher. That's it. I just want to be a pitcher. My dad was like, we're not doing this today. You're not doing that, ever. Go get on first.
There was one, because like I've been, you know, on Instagram, I see baseball shit and stuff. And there was this one, like,
Baseball stuff.
it was like the game before, I think. The batter guy. No, it'd have been more than a game before, but it was previously. The batter guy was kind of like being a bitch about something, and the pitcher wasn't having it. And he threw a 100-mile-an-hour ball, and he beamed him like right in the back.
Oh, Jesus
And
Christ.
the ump was immediately like, "You're out." But everybody
He
was
shattered
just,
his
everybody
spine.
else was just so happy about it. Like it looked
Yeah.
painful.
Oh, yeah, it'd
Like
be
sometimes
horrible.
it's just annoying. It's like, why are you fucking hitting me? But this, it was like, that's personal.
Yeah.
And I loved
Yes,
it.
dude.
It was
So
so
perfect.
good.
He said,
You
I
have a
can
lot of people that are happy
completely
about it.
control this. And
Oh.
I did that because of you.
Could you imagine getting hit with one of those balls?
Oh, my God, no.
They always told us like the science behind catching a ball that is within the strike zone going 90 to 100 miles an hour in a game.
Yeah.
You have to decide if you're going to swing before it leaves their hand. Like the way they're winding up, the way their arm, comes across in the arch.
Yeah.
You have to make the decision to start swinging before you know it's going to be a good ball. How, you have to be a mind reader technically.
I don't have that.
Hey, maybe,
No.
maybe that was Tony Gwynn's secret.
It
Yeah.
definitely was.
You can just
I don't really know.
spend all your time going back and pass, and then coming back, hitting the ball, go back and pass, and then by the time you're 30, you're 60. It's like, what happened? Well, I really wanted to hit these home runs. But that's, yeah, man. I've never understood. There's a lot of sports like that though, and it doesn't just come down to muscle memory. It comes down to like assessing those little fine details and movements and shit.
Yeah, you have to be able to react quickly based on not a lot of information.
Yeah, and I don't even think most of them know they're doing it because it's so second nature,
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting.
Yeah, because if you tried to think about it, you'd be doomed.
Right.
Nobody
Yeah,
can think that fast.
No.
If I think about how I'm holding a broom, I can't hold it right anymore.
this don't feel right.
I'm like, how do I usually do this?
Why am I clawing it?
I find that I find that I lose my place a lot. So
Well, there was I watched a slow motion image camera video. There it is.
Image.
Of it's a
Sequence
bunch
of
of
images.
images
Visuals.
of a catcher catching a ball,
Oh, yeah.
like from a pitch, and it looked pretty intense.
Oh, God,
yeah,
it would be
dude.
horrible.
And there's one, I think the catcher intentionally missed it because the umpire the play before made a bad call, and he obviously went a little
He's
low
like-
on it.
Yeah.
And it just hit the ump right in the shoulder.
I bet they do that shit
terrible.
all the time.
Hell
yeah.
yeah, God.
Absolutely. The trick is making it look like an accident.
I
Yeah.
can't imagine getting hit by one of their pitches.
There's
That'd be rough.
Oh, yeah. I got hit by our pitcher playing softball because I was just like warming up with her. And, we were teenagers and it hurt so bad. I can't imagine like a
Yeah.
Major League Baseball player. No.
There was an ump standing. He was like a second base umpire, I think, maybe.
Yeah.
There was a play in the outfield. Center fielder threw the ball. He was trying to throw it home. An ump wasn't paying attention. And it hit him in the head. And it ricocheted so hard, it bounced almost all the way to first base.
God bless.
Damn.
Can you imagine that?
Oh my God.
But the play kept going.
Yeah, it has to.
Yeah, the
Jesus
runners just
Christ.
kept going. They're like, fuck it.
I never wanted to play again, which I didn't really like softball that much anyway, but I never wanted to play again after that. It's like, nope, that's enough.
I got
Never
hit one
happening.
time in All-Stars, and it knocked me out, like where I was like on the ground, and Dad came out on the field like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
And it's the only time I've ever been hit, and luckily it was, in the head, and you don't feel it when you get knocked out, really. But
I was like, why is that lucky?
yeah,
I got you.
but I think again, Sarah and I were talking about this. That was me the whole time. I've been thinking of like, which one's doing it? It's mine. My bad. But me and Sarah were talking like, so when I got in the wreck with my buddy, and then other times in life, like the wreck we got into, and then not just wrecks, but times where it was fucking intense, right?
Yeah.
And everything was heightened. I think there's science behind it, but when your adrenaline's just through the roof and your heart rate's through the roof and everything slows down. I don't know if you've ever been in those moments, but you could see every little detail.
Yeah, I've played Max Payne.
Yeah, no shit. That's I think if we could find a way, like if science could find a way that you could take a pill or spray something up your nose, whatever, I don't know.
That'd be trippy.
Yeah, that instantly puts you in it for the amount of time you want to be put in it. I don't know how you would, engineer that. But
I want to be high for 2 hours.
yeah, just like that would be rough. Like everything's slow and you're just like, what? That yeah, I mean, in those moments you can do things like before. I think that you can make movement. If you've ever hit the brakes behind somebody and you're sliding and you know you're going to hit, and you're able to look to the left, to the right, you see the biker, you see the other cars, and you're like, you assess it far before you ever hit something.
Yeah.
Like, and you have time to move left or right. You might not know it at the time. Some people don't have that, I'm sure. Some people are just like, Jesus, take the route. And then they get hit.
And then they get hit. But your Jesus now.
Yeah. Could you imagine, like, if we could put ourselves in that state, if we found a way to put ourselves in that state, what you could accomplish in a fight or in a hand-to-hand combat, anything.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. In a gunfight. Any moment.
I just use it so that I could flip like fried eggs.
Yes.
But in a
Casper
cool way.
makes it look easy, but I suck at it.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, I'm on drugs. Flip them. Beat me now, bitch. And she still would.
That shit would be crazy to be able to do that.
Yeah, it's a weird state to be in.
Yeah.
You never know it's coming either. That's what the state's for. I imagine the people in the towers in 9/11. That's why a lot of them, some people made it out of situations. It's like, how the fuck did you live? And a lot of that has to do with those reactionary moments. It's
They're
weird.
like, there's a plane coming. I should probably move. I guess I'll run to the other side of the building. Like, you can have so many thoughts in such a small amount of time. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Only 1,200 of them were fated to die that day. The other 1,800
Moved.
just didn't slow down time,
Yeah, slow down time with the minds. Yeah, that's and another thing about 9/11, we were talking about how most interviews you hear, they're like, oh, it was that one decision, or it was a series of one decisions that is the reason I lived and everybody I worked with died, and so on and so forth. And I told Sarah, it's odd that, they recognize that fact, right? People who lived through 9/11 that were in the towers are on the streets and just barely escaped death and all their friends died, see that those little left and right or not stepping but a minute sooner and things like that saved their life. And in reality, that is life.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that, like, this is the decision between life and death, but sometimes it is. Like, we decided the morning of the wreck, which could have been death, like, we're going to go get towel out of nowhere to towel the bathroom thing. And sure enough, that's when it happened, because I had a habit of stopping and helping people, whatever. And
Fool.
yeah, it makes you wonder, like, how often do you think that you've escaped death and you never knew? Like,
Right.
It's a weird feeling because
Yeah.
you do it all the time.
Yeah, what if you
Strange.
get... Sorry, hold on. What if you, like, stop at a light instead of running it, and then the people in front of you, like, something happens to it. You never know, like, what the hell's going to happen.
Yeah, it could be little bitty things.
You can
So wild.
escape death constantly.
Yeah.
the time.
We're doing it right now.
Every day is Final Destination.
Yeah.
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 It's just...
It's only in those moments of like mass destruction that you realize, like, oh shit,
Yeah.
this is life or death.
Life is real. Yeah.
I don't want to go do this. I feel like I'm gonna die.
I can't think of it.
Anything that Sarah wants to do, I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna die there.
Maybe we should put that off. I feel like we're gonna die.
Friend asked me to come over. I feel like I'm gonna die. I don't know.
I
I
think
don't
I
want
should
to do
just
it.
stay in the house. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
All right, well, let's watch this. No, I don't think we should watch that because then something might come through the roof.
Yeah,
I think
Yeah.
we should watch this instead.
I just had a customer that had a whole ass limb of a tree fall through her master bedroom.
Yeah.
Luckily, she wasn't staying in it at the time. She let her daughter stay there.
So her daughter's dead.
yeah. But she's not, so that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took off the porch and everything. I'm like, because we don't have a lot of our tops, if you see them, because the wind's so bad out here, a lot of the tops are down off the trees. They don't have that point because they've fallen off since we've been here. And this lady had an awful lot of other trees around. I was like, you didn't want to get those trimmed as well? Because it's going
know.
to fuck everything up.
It's
Because this
time
wind
to
gets worse.
get rid of all of them. Yeah, it's wild out here.
I've always thought about a tree coming through the roof. I never thought it was like a possibility. I'm like, of course the roof will stop it. I mean, pretty strong.
Yeah.
No.
Oh no. Now that we live by Iroquois Park, every time the wind
Oh.
blows a little, I think, one's coming through my study.
Today's the day.
But then, I figure, well, as long as it doesn't kill me, I'll be fine because whoever owns the park will pay for the repairs.
Yeah.
But I still, like, what about the books that are going to get taken out?
Yeah. Get water all over them.
What about the inconvenience?
Oh.
Yeah.
Fucking
And you gotta like buy a fucking tarp for a while. Like you gotta put it on the roof.
Yeah.
Like otherwise it's gonna rain in your house.
Yeah. I wouldn't
And
like that.
No,
Most
What
of the
if
time, I
they're
wouldn't.
like-
Once I get that Cthulhu umbrella, I'll be fine with it.
that's right.
Yeah.
Just sit in the study. You're still
Yeah.
reading.
I've always feared that too. I have a thing with like the neighbor. I like them. They're all right? But they have a tree that hangs over a lot over the property line that was obviously laid out before we moved in, and we've always cut and stuff. There's always been a discrepancy just because out here is strange. And his fucking limbs, man, they're always in the fucking yard. And I'm like, I go out of my way on the back of the property to get them out of the other guy's yard because I'm like, I don't know if they're on my property or yours, but
Right.
I feel like they're mine, so I'm gonna get them. And then they don't. The last
they
person that lives
don't.
there, they don't. And I'm like, even though it overhangs, it's still your tree, right?
It's your tree. Yeah. It's not like this limb is ours and the rest of it's yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder. And then you gotta like wonder, well, pick your battles. So, because one day he might, like his kid might rob you when he gets old enough. It's like, I'll argue with him about that.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously.
I
Not
just
about these
lay
limbs.
low, not worry about it. But the second he says something,
Just
gloves are off.
yeah.
Bitch, I've been
immediately
thinking about this for 8 years.
just stewing.
Thank you for coming.
Fucking 1,000%. Like,
Sarah,
fuck this
bring me
guy.
my notebook.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
I could do
need
that.
to take a permanent marker out there and write their address on all the limbs and then just lay them back where they were. Be like,
Yes.
it's yours, clearly. It's got your address on it.
Yeah.
It's got a name tag. Can't you see that?
It's few and far between. Do you know your neighbors' names?
Alan
Oh.
and Leslie, I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now,
No,
is that
on the other
one
side, I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
That's something I always talk
Yeah.
to my friends about. I'm like, we're at a place where a lot of people don't know their neighbors' names. They've never even talked to them.
Yeah.
They don't even know what they look like, really. Even when people live in neighborhoods, which are even closer
You're
to one
next
another,
to each other, yeah.
and you have space between yours.
Alan and Leslie.
Look at
Hey.
Boom.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh.
I wouldn't be able to identify them
Oh,
if
the
I saw them
backyard
out.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would never be able to. I don't know what they look like.
No, the other neighbors, fuck them.
No.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I've talked to two of them face to face. I couldn't tell you. No. They're white. I know that.
And they're all right.
One's a man, one's a woman. I know that. It's about where it ends. I feel like they're both heavy set.
Probably.
Yeah.
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 Country cooking out here.
Yeah.
Probably.
Hell yeah.
But that's, and it's odd because the people I do talk to, it's not normal. Like, at least you have them on your phone and you have your number and you know how to contact them. But a lot of times, man, people are like, I don't even know what they do. I don't know who they are.
Yep.
Like, you've never invested any time into talking to them. Not once. Nothing's ever happened to your mower and you needed to borrow something from their place. No.
You've never needed a cup of sugar.
Yeah, you never needed
Anyone?
one egg.
Yeah.
Not
I took a drone out one time and Alan flew it into the woods.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I can
Sounds good.
identify their child because
Oh,
he's
that's
come.
not good.
No, he's come over looking for the neighbor's dog. He's brought us mail.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
He is out doing shit all the time and he waves at us while he's out there.
Brought you home cooked mail.
Like MALE.
good.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I wasn't thinking that, you disgusting bugger.
Get you this home cooked meal.
He's over there just creating people, passing them out.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know, man. This I've tried to not pay because I think I've mentioned it before a lot on here and a lot in life. It sucks when the hysteria of the world. Somebody laid it out perfectly. They were like, back in the Cold War, people thought they were going to get bombed all the time, and they thought the world was going to end when they created the nuclear bomb. They thought it was going to kill everybody off and all this other stuff, block out the sun, and just all this random. There's always been throughout history a state of hysteria, and I guess for the powers that be, there has to be that state of fearing for my life always. And I told her, I was like, I think I just got to learn how to tune it all out. And it's hard to do, but it doesn't matter. Like, if it was to happen, fuck it, we're going to die.
Yeah.
Just sooner than we thought. It sucks. It's probably not going to be not painful, but yeah,
Yeah.
you're going to die.
You're going to die.
Yeah. But after they laid it out and showed the different parts in history, and like the Red Scare, all that, there's always been this fearful fucking and there's been loads of people that believe in it, and they're like, it's definitely going to happen for sure. They, I don't know. It's hard to do, but I think you just got to tune that shit out. There's no need to think about shit that you can't even hardly control.
Yeah, what is the point?
Yeah, I can't even hardly control half the shit that happens during the day in my own life,
Yeah.
let alone the world. What?
Yeah.
Oh, and then they had this Christian guy talking about. It wasn't even Christian. Anyways, he was talking about Palestine and Israel, and they're having this it's ramping up at the moment. And he was like, we need to he was like, I know what we all need to do, and he was trying to call to action people to pray. And I was like, how fucking stupid is that? How fucking that's why Israel I was like, it's a religious war. What the fuck are you talking about? And I told her, I was like, I gotta stop watching shit because I was like, how is prayer the answer to the problem that started the problem?
It's not.
If they had been praying more, it wouldn't have happened to begin with.
I swear.
How do you
They
not
would've-
see that?
God.
It would have been preoccupied
With all the
thinking
prayer.
about themselves and not each
Although,
other.
yeah, I mean, they did attack on a Jewish holiday. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just baffling. I think the more and more shit happens, is, the typical Christian, the Christian being, the person, it's just idiotic how subdued and how illiterate and ignorant. And I'm sorry, I use those words as they are. You're ignorant. When you're ignorant to the world and how things work, and you can only think and talk in your religious beliefs and
Don't apologize. Most of them are idiots.
Yeah.
And they need to know that.
And I'd say most of them aren't listening to this anyway.
yeah, I feel like
tuned out long ago.
If so,
Yeah.
I can't believe we don't have hateful ass comments
All
all
the
the
time.
time. Yeah.
Man, we need more.
yeah. I'm
Well,
all
it's
for
time to make some profiles and just start leaving them. Get it started.
when I watch a lot of NDEs and things like that, and you hear a lot of people talk about an energy that they meet within that realm, or a light being that's filled with joy and love and happiness and all that shit, right? And most people who are Christian or have had a Christian background at some point, they attribute that to Jesus or God, right? And it's like, Yeah, because that's their experience. But that's not to say that that's what it is there, right?
Right.
And I think that when the Bible was originally wrote, like the fucking first words ever put in there, not changed, unadulterated, right? They express that, right? And they express living a good life and being there for your neighbor and all these great things that you could do in life. And then that was just raped by each generation that was like, well, we got to change this shit. And fucking Christians explain away all of those hypocrisies. Is that what the word is?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Within the Bible.
Yeah.
And they're like, we won't talk about it. Just like the child molestation. Don't talk about it. It doesn't exist, right? None of that. We won't talk about it. But it baffles me, the ignorance and the amount of ignorance. But maybe the Bible was a book of good. You know, a book of like learning and speaking of this light thing that, you know, we're all from and shit. And it's been lost because they keep fucking changing it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the people that claim to follow it don't actually read it.
Yeah.
No.
They
And the
don't
people that
do
are preaching it are twisting it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
They
yeah.
have these like
People are the problem.
People
Always.
are the problem.
I know you all have read them or seen them before, like the NIV and stuff. They have like different versions for like childhood and teenagers and
Yeah.
you know the young adult and all this shit.
I've had one before.
Yeah, and I'm like, even that is a translation of a translation of a translation.
Yeah.
Like,
They make it make sense to you.
Yes,
They just
for the
apply
time.
it to teenager things.
I know it's so rough to even hear or watch, but when they're like, we need to pray over this like mass killing of two individual groups, it's like, how is that the answer? Like, how did you come up with that?
How's
Please
it going
tell
to
me.
help anything?
Right?
It does literally nothing.
Yeah, nothing at all.
The people that need to be praying about it are the people that are doing it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So you feel bad about themselves and stop doing it.
That's why selfishness is the answer in this situation.
Yeah.
Think about yourself. Stop thinking about the enemy.
And maybe start your own arms dealing company and just go sell your wares.
Yes.
That's the ticket.
Gotta get them gone in Gaza. Got them 2 for 1. I don't know.
I don't even know.
No, Seth sent me a thing, I guess, yesterday morning. He was like, they attacked Israel. So I looked it up. I was like, oh, I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Actually
finally
did.
made a move on it, bombing
Yeah.
Gaza.
War.
Tearing down fences, coming in with like the hang gliders and
Yeah.
shit.
Is that really how they did it?
Yeah. It was very focused.
That was amazing. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I think it was probably the other cat.
Didn't it sound like a girl screaming?
No.
That was trippy.
Let me in.
Uh-huh.
Not with that tone of voice.
You
Yeah, but they
calm
did.
down before you come in this
Yeah.
house.
I think it's been for a while though, like build up for a while, for
Yeah,
a long.
oh,
I mean,
yeah.
I know it has. It's,
Yeah.
it's no, yeah, but I think the amount is it's been coming for a minute, but I don't
Break
know.
out the hang gliders. It's time to attack.
And you know the baffling thing is if I'm not mistaken, and I probably am because I'm just as ignorant as the next person, but it has something to do with them rebuilding the temple on a certain piece of land that, like, let's just say one side wants the temple built in the place that it was built biblically, and like the people who are occupying it won't give it up because they don't believe that it should be rebuilt there or something like that. I don't know how it all goes.
I thought it was just a matter of Israel wants their shit, and then the Palestinians are like, no, we get some of this land too. And then Israel's like, nah, bitch. And then the Palestinians are like, yeah, bitch.
yeah.
Yeah, bitch. I like your explanation better. It has something to do with some temple. I don't know. Anyways.
I know both of those things sound correct to me,
Yeah,
so I've heard them both somewhere along the way. So maybe it's a combo.
Yeah.
Or maybe our perspectives of it are just evidence that it's all hearsay. And they don't even know what they're fighting for.
Yeah,
I think
that
at a
could be possible.
look, I think at a certain point, no matter if it's a gang war, if it's a race riot, or if it's a race war or anything, I think at a certain point, enough time goes by that you're like, what the fuck did we start fighting about? Like, what happened that, I've seen couples do it personally, and I've seen my, parents do it. You get down the line, it's like, what was the original thing that made me mad? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Now it's progressed into this big thing, and I have no clue what started it. I think that happens often.
Yeah,
Morrissey talks about that in a song.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Did you know Jason Mraz has a lot of CDs?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He needs to shut the fuck up and retire.
Okay.
Ooh.
So final status issues include the status of Jerusalem, Israeli statements, borders security, and water rights, as well as Palestinian freedom of movement and the Palestinian right of return. None of that even expressed. I guess there's just so much going on that it's...
Yeah, they're only allowed to go certain places. That's what.
Right.
Yeah.
I swear, I know there's like something to do with a temple, and it's like they're trying to rebuild it, and once they do, that's a sign of the coming of Christ. I don't know, something like that. Maybe I'm making that up because I think it sounds good.
I've heard that somewhere along the way.
Yeah.
It might not have anything to do with this war, but that is something that has occurred.
Yeah, and I don't think they ever rebuilt it.
But it could have to do with this war. I know.
Yeah, and once you type that in, then they're like, no, here's what's happening now.
Yeah.
They don't tell you what brought it on. Do you all know? Internet? That was
Does the internet know?
Society is the subject of international conferences dealing with historical rights.
I say there's just, I feel like it's been going on for so long. It's so big. It's just a lot.
It's just grown
Yeah.
and grown with a lot of stuff. I think that's stupid, though. You know what I mean? It's obviously ignorant for two groups to fight like that. If they both work together, every single problem that they're fighting over one way or another could be solved. Same with Americans.
I can't think of anything I would like go to war for. And like war's a big, it's not like yelling at each other, like you're blowing each other up and
You
shit.
fucking bitch.
Yeah, there's nothing on the planet that I can think of where I'd be like, oh, your camera went out.
Oh, cool.
Where I would go to war.
But what if you were like behind the desk and you just were like, all right, bomb this guy.
No.
Fuck him.
I wouldn't
No,
say bomb
I couldn't
someone.
do it.
What if Couch is like, fuck Miss Jax? And then you're all like, fuck you, Couch. Hit him with a scud.
I'd be like, yeah, fuck Jackson.
Yeah,
No, look,
fair
she's
enough.
perfect. You're perfect, pretty girl.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, it's like they lost their land
Yeah.
and then they were content to not have it. And then they wanted it back. Because
Yeah.
they're like, this is rightfully ours. And then people are like, whoa, we want this land too.
We've had it for this
We
long.
cannot and will not coexist. It was ours. It's always been ours. It will always be ours. What about when it wasn't and you didn't fight for it?
Yeah,
Well, we
right.
want it now.
Yeah, why not just coexist?
And then
Like,
the rest
get,
of the
get
world-
over your shit and coexist.
We can't. But was that my question is, and I know it'll never be answered, but my question is, has it always been that way, or was it manufactured? Like because we can't see that far enough back to like really make a decision. But has it always been that we're just destined to fight one another because of our differences, or was that manufactured by the countries and leaders within each nation and all that shit? Like, is it manufactured?
Are you saying people 1,200 years ago conspired against each other?
Yeah, over resources. I think that a lot starts over that. Like back then, we think of resources now. We have just like, it's plentiful. And if not, we'll just grow it in a factory somewhere, right? Or make it. You know, I just learned the other day that there's a process to make gasoline. Although we have enough gas that we're never going to, or oil for that matter, crude oil, that we're never really going to ever run out of it.
Become something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're never going to run out. America, although we sell these high prices because just, all of a sudden this barrel comes
so
up in
jacked.
price, right? Well, America has the largest reserve. Not the United Arabian Emirates, or how do you say it?
Yeah, United Arab Emirates.
Arab Emirates, right? You would think that it was them, right?
Yeah.
The ones that have
The
built
Saudis.
yeah.
Yeah.
An entire fucking city in the desert, like where no city should exist ever. Like the richest fucking, they don't have more oil than us. We have it all.
All motherfuckers.
Can you believe that?
Of course I can.
We don't have it all. Don't get me wrong. I don't take that out of context. I'm just saying we have a vast amount of it,
Yeah, we have an ass load of it.
and we base our gas prices off of the barrel today.
Yeah, you know why we're not getting it? Biden.
Absolute. But yeah,
good.
so
Oh,
yeah,
God.
I believe that over resource, like they're plentiful now. There's what I was saying at the end of that. There is a process of making gasoline synthetically.
Yeah.
Now it costs more. It's not beneficial to make it right now over crude oil. But if the problem ever arises, we need some. We
Okay.
can make it in a factory. That's crazy,
Or we could
Yeah.
stop killing people that make cars that run on water.
right? Yeah. If
Yeah.
we stop
Yeah.
fucking
Definitely
putting them in the
that.
ground, we'd be good for sure. But I just think that back in the day when resources were actually scarce, when they didn't know how to make iron, and they had a lot of plague and a lot of death and all that shit.
Shit
They
was
did.
different.
They conspired. You had a lot of people, especially I would believe that the Christian faith that got enough followers that were like, look, we're gonna like bogart all this shit so that the people of different ethnicity can't have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take that.
Take
Yeah.
it.
And then it grows into what it is today.
Yeah.
Where
Take it
Christians
and
can
put it
look
over
you in the
here.
eye and tell you how good they are, but also talk shit about a different race. It is fucking wild.
It is
They
wild.
do.
Yeah.
You ever seen one of them lie straight to your face? They do it well.
Only white people could be good Christians.
No shit. It is absurd.
It's in the Bible.
Yeah.
I know.
Come on now.
I know. Is it one of the palms?
It's like the wink. Oh
That
goodness.
was a hype ass wink.
Yeah.
awesome, man. Ever ready to watch some gravy, some foods?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's fucking get it.
Some foods.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, we thank you for joining us again. Yeah. Anything, put in the comments, whatever, or don't do anything. Just stop watching right now. Thank you for joining us for episode 1464 of the Wildly Uninteresting Podcast. It's Ian, that's Sarah. I'm
Hi.
Adam.
I think we should change the name to Violently Uninteresting. And we start with the desk pop.
Oh, I like that.
Definitely need to start with the desk pop for sure.
Wildly Uninteresting.